Well, so I think it's best to just start with like you introducing yourself and your music, what kind of music you make, and go from there.
All right, so yeah, my name's Christian. Also go by Crate, CRVTE. I make melodic dubstep, melodic bass music, a lot of future bass, all that kind of stuff. I'm from San Jose, California, and yeah, I've been making music since I was 13, and I've been DJing since I was 11. And yeah,
Okay, dope. So my first question is usually, who are your biggest influences, like music wise?
so ever since I started making music, I'd always look up to like David Guetta, Calvin Harris, Skrillex, all these OG like music producers in EDM industry, yeah, and up to now, like I still look up to David Guetta a lot because his production has always been like very good. I know at one point a few years ago he kind of like took a dip in his like the releases he was making, like they weren't the best, but I think now he's coming back up with his new stuff. And yeah, lately I've been listening to him a lot again. And I know AU5 has been someone I've been looking up to lately a lot. He makes melodic dubstep, and like his sound design is crazy. So I've been looking up to his stuff a lot, and I know Seven Lines has been a big one for me too in the past 2 years. um, and yeah, I think Seven Lions is a pretty good producer who like he can introduce like some crazy elements of like motion and bring him into EDM in a really like interesting way that kind of makes you feel good and sad and everything all at once, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, and lately I know I've been listening to a lot of Wave Dash. They're probably one of my favorite artists right now. They're a trio. There's three of them in Wave Dash, and they used to make dubstep, and I think now they're making more like future based stuff. So definitely keep an eye out on them.
Okay. Well, following that up, I kind of want to know like who or what inspires you, whether it's a musician or a family member, a friend, or it could even be like a TV show or just something that when you see it or hear it or it's someone you talk to, you feel inspired.
Yeah, so I think going back to this like David Guetta topic, I listen to a lot of old music, sometimes like old EDM stuff, like from 2012, 2013, 2014, all that stuff. And I think listening back to that can definitely be like inspiring for me because I can go back and be like, oh, like they used to make music like this, because I know now it's all different. Like, every year, like kind of genres kind of shift and stuff, or like music kind of changes a bit somewhat. But yeah, like back then, I don't know. I used to listen to a lot of music every day. Like since I wasn't that good at producing, I'd always have headphones on and listening to music. And I listened to like David Guetta, like Alesso, all these older guys who like Swedish House Mafia, for example. And yeah, like listening now to them is like this is what makes a hit, kind of like so. I try to take inspiration from them, because like they were able to make hits and like big songs and popular dance songs, and I'm like, okay, so by listening to them, like I can kind of get inspired to make something unique and like you know what I mean? Like I can go into this, I could listen to one of their songs and be like, all right, well, they kind of did this here like this, let's try to, I'm gonna try to like put that in my work, because sometimes I know I hit writer's block and it's kind of like, what do I do from here? So I go back to them and I'd be like, okay, well, think about it. They kind of just went into the studio and or whatever, their MacBook or whatever, and they made these songs. And like, if you listen to their music, it's pretty simple. Like there isn't that much going on, but it's really simple the way they made it, and like I think simplicity is like really crucial, I guess, in making a good song. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean because I feel like when you listen to stuff, especially like when you're producing, you can kind of hear the elements they use and you can model that in your own way, which
Right.
is always fun. Because I know a while back I was listening to Mariah Carey, "We Belong Together," because it was one of the first songs I remember hearing as a kid, and just that I was able to be like, okay, well I know I want snaps, hats, and keys to stand out.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of came together like that. And I like that because you can hear it and you can emulate that into your own sound.
Yeah.
So, my next question is, what is like one goal that you hope to achieve this year with your music and your career?
Well, okay, so this year I one of my goals is to release like way more music than I have in the past couple years. I know last year I was supposed to release a bunch of songs, but with COVID and all that stuff, it kind of just like I lost kind of motivation to finish the songs in a way. But yeah, now this year things are looking still not looking too good, right, with COVID. But I've kind of settled in now and like put in my head like I need to finish these songs. So hopefully, like when things get better, I can start putting things out. But hopefully, like in a couple months, maybe like a month or two, I'll have something out, and I plan to release a couple. Well, I was thinking about releasing a song every month, but how it's looking right now, I don't think that's something I might do. But I'll definitely be more consistent in releasing music. And yeah, I think that's one of my main goals this year is releasing more music than I have in the past. So I hope I can do it.
Mm. So, this is one of my favorite questions to ask. It's how does your life influence your art? And going off of that, how does your art influence your life?
That's a good question. Well, I think I'm a person who likes to take quick decisions. So like if I come up with an idea in my head, I'll do it without thinking, or I'll decide no. So I think in my music, like there's a lot of things in there that kind of like sudden. I know sometimes like I have some songs where things are pretty sudden in a way, or like the transition is kind of hard cut, I guess, in a way. I don't think that's a good way to say it, but like I'll have elements in there like you won't expect, you know what I mean? Like there's things like pop up out of nowhere and it's like, oh, I was not expecting that. Like for example, my song "Losing You" with Austin Schultz, the second drop it goes into these like when the second drop hits, it's kind of there's these like growls in there, kind of scary sounds, and I guess you can say. And like for the common listener, I don't think like if it's your first time listening to that song, I don't think you like be expecting that. But like yeah, so like yeah, for example, in my life, like if I have an idea again, maybe I don't know, like for example, like 2 weeks ago, I was gonna buy a lava lamp, right? I was like, because I wanted to decorate my room, make it look a bit cooler and stuff. But then I don't know. I got the idea of like, oh, what about a pet fish? Because it will be like I can have like LED light in there, the fish, and I was like, okay. So I thought of it and like I didn't even think it twice. I was like, let's go to Petco or whatever and let's buy the fish tank and everything, and then I have the fish like right here on my desk. Yeah, so I think that's the way like I guess both of them can like my life and my music connect.
Mhm. I actually listened to like all of your songs yesterday, like last night, because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to, and your drops are crazy. Like
Thank you.
I was like, wow, that's like talent right there.
Thank
As
you.
I felt like I
Appreciate it.
should. Yeah. So this is kind of one of like my final questions, and then I like to just kind of open it up so that it is more of a discussion and a conversation.
Right.
So my last question is just kind of what do you have in the works right now? Is there anything you want to plug? Things like that.
Yeah, so right now I'm finishing up a lot of songs, like I said earlier, since that's my goal to release more music this year. So I'm currently like, I don't know, I'm working on a lot of songs. I'm finishing up a lot of songs. I have like, let's see, maybe like 3 songs I'm finishing up. And it's funny because like I'll take breaks, because you have to take breaks while you're working on music and whatnot. But the thing is that when I take breaks, like I open up Ableton again and I start working on new stuff. It's kind of like now I have a bunch of more, like another 2, 3 songs I have to finish on top of those songs that I'm almost done. So yeah, so I'm currently working on like, so let's see, two, I got that one, two, three, four, probably like 5 songs I'm currently trying to finish. So hopefully I have those done. At least I'll have like I think 2 3 songs by the end of this month, and then I'll finish the rest next month, hopefully. But I need to find vocalists, which that takes time, so that might even take a bit longer than I'm planning.
Well, actually, if you need some vocalists, me and some friends back home, we've just kind of had this idea of like a little startup label for us,
Uh-huh.
and most of them do vocals, and I could
Really?
definitely put you in contact if you'd
Yeah,
like.
that'd be great because like right now I know it's hard to like go out and meet people and all this. So I've been trying to find people, and it's kind of hard because sometimes you look for someone who can sing, like who want like a lot of people can sing, right? But it's like when you ask them like, hey, do you want to work on this song? And you show them the song, and it's like an EDM song. It's kind of like they might be like, oh, it's kind of not my style, and like they get kind of intimidated by like the sounds they hear and stuff, or it might not be something they're thinking about doing, but yeah.
I mean, with a lot of there's only four of us, but between the
Okay.
four of us, a lot of us are like we're good with like experimenting and trying new things. So I could
Oh, that's
definitely
awesome.
I can follow you on our label page later, so
Uh-huh.
that'll kind of work if you want.
Okay. Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be great. So I'll check you guys out and I'll send you guys a message.
yeah. We don't have a lot of content up right now because we're building. This is our year to build
Mhm.
and become like the brand that we want. So
Well, that's good though. I'll definitely check you guys out. I'll support. I'll drop a like and a comment, a follow, whatever.
yeah. So like I said, this is the part where I like to just kind of open it up. So if there's anything you want to talk about or discuss, or yeah, that's pretty much the whole premise of this.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, I mean, do you have anything like you want to talk about or
Um, I mean, for me, I know I'm like releasing. I'm hoping to release two songs for Valentine's Day.
Okay, that's great. Wait, what
Yeah,
kind of music do you make again?
mostly R&B, but
Okay.
I do like some producing too. Like I just finished a kind of pop EDM track for a friend for
Nice.
her album, so that was fun.
Do you use what you use Ableton or Logic or
Studio One.
okay, that's the newer one, right? Is it?
I don't know because like the version I have is kind of old. I've had the same version since about 2016, 2017.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of yeah, because I've heard of it before, but I don't think I've ever really sat down and looked into it. Because I know there's Bitwig or something like that. That's a different one, right? That's kind of like I think the founders of Ableton or something like that. I know one of something like that happened where one of the founders or people who worked with in Ableton they made their own doll, and it's called I forgot. I don't know if it's Studio One or Bitwig, but they're kind of similar in a way. But I've heard good things from Bitwig.
It's crazy because like no one I really know uses Studio One except for
Yeah,
like myself. Um, I just found out that someone I go to school with uses it, and it's only because his friend had told me one day. I was like, oh, that's cool. Nice to know someone
yeah.
else uses it.
Honestly, I think Studio One is pretty big because I think if you go on Splice, I think they advertise it, right? I think it's on the if you check on dolls or something, I think it's there. I think it's one of the main ones Splice promotes. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong, but yeah. Wait, why Studio One?
So I started working on like production around 2017, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was like my junior year of high school, and obviously like we don't have like a lot of money or anything like that. But the one thing I wanted for Christmas was like equipment to like record and things.
Right.
And the equipment that my mom got me, it kind of came with the Studio One like software to install, and it was just included. I was like, that's fine. Like I'm just starting out. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's good. So you got like a microphone and a bunch of stuff, or
Yeah, I had like the microphone and like the audio box and the headphones, just like the
Oh,
really
okay.
basic setup.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've always wanted one of those kits, but I got to the point where like I was experimenting a lot with DAWs. So I started off in FL, and I was in FL Studio for like a couple of years, and then I was in the music production club in high school, and like the leaders at the time were like using Ableton. I don't know if you heard of him, but his name's Dilip. He makes beats for like famous artists now. I think he's made beats. I know he's collabed with like uh, I can't think about the top of my head, but I know he was in the talks with Kanye West. He was gonna work on some of his stuff, but I don't know if that ever came through or not. But
Hmm.
yeah, he has. I know he just released something last week or this week, I think, or he's going to release something. But yeah, he's pretty big now. But yeah, he was big on Ableton. Like everything he taught us in the club was all Ableton. So I kind of was like, should I go into Ableton or not? The reason why I was in FL was because like my favorite artist at the time, Martin Garrix, used FL Studio and all this, you know. So I was kind of like, okay, well, he uses FL, I'm gonna use FL. But then I started to see like the potential of Ableton, and it's kind of, I was like, okay, I guess I'll just try it out. And I tried it out, and my workflow changed, and I was like, okay, I kind of like the workflow better on Ableton, so I'm gonna stay with Ableton.
Yeah, like for me in 2017, like I did the summer program at NYU,
Okay.
and all of that was like we only worked on Logic, and that was so new to me. And I'd only had like a PC before, so like learning to use a Mac is like a struggle. Like I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And then I took music tech last year, and he had us using like all of these different ones that weren't really heard of. Like I know we used Reason and like things like that, just different things because he wanted us to have like that knowledge.
Yeah, I think I tried out. I took a class too for Logic, like a summer class at like San Francisco Academy of Art. It's like a summer class. I took it like sophomore year, I think. But the thing is that I don't know. I kind of got into it. Like I got into Logic, and then I was working on it. The thing is that I don't know. The workflow was just so different. I don't know if it was because like Mac and Windows are a different thing, but the only difference between those is the three little buttons. You know, like the Control, Windows, and Alt button are kind of different on Mac.
Mm.
But I just never got the hang of Logic, so I kind of let go of it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to Ableton.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
so I
don't know.
know Pro Tools. I don't know if you worked on Pro Tools. Have you?
A little, not much, but
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm learning Pro Tools right now, and it's going all right, I guess. Like it's definitely good for editing like vocals and like vocal comping and moving things around. Because I know Ableton doesn't really have that yet. I know next in the next couple of months they'll be releasing an update so you can like edit a bunch of stuff way better. So I'm excited for that.
oh, what would you say is like when it comes to production, what do you feel like is the area you have to work on the most?
Oh, I think the area I have to work on the most, right? Like me.
Yeah, because like I know I'm not good at vocal mixing, but I'm
Oh,
trying.
okay. All right. Yeah. So I think I'm currently working on like just going at it. I think like when I'm starting a song, I think about too much. Like, oh, is this gonna work out? Like, I hold myself back. I think I'm like currently right now trying to work on like just going in at it and like just don't stop. Like you're working on a song and you just keep going until like you can't no more. Because I know I've had certain times where I'm working on a song and I hold myself back. Like I ask myself, oh, is this gonna sound good? Oh, people gonna like this? Oh, is this good enough? Oh, blah blah blah. But I think now I'm kind of at the phase where like, okay, well, is it what I like? Like if I like it, then keep going. Because I can't really like I'm making music for myself, not for others. So at the end of the day, if I like it and it sounds good to me, then keep going, And once you're done, then you can send it out a feedback, and then people can let you know, oh yeah, you think I think you can fix this, or like touch this part up a bit, and I think you'll finish songs way quicker like that. So I'm working on that.
I think it's important to just like have people that you can get feedback from and talk to.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something about that, especially when you work really well with someone.
Yeah, I think the way I'm doing that right now is joining Discord groups. So if you look up your favorite artist or like some smaller artist, there you can go ahead and like join their Discord, and they have like a feedback section, and then you can drop in your track and like ask for feedback. Like a good example is, I know Lockbox. I don't know if like any of the viewers or Lockbox, but he's a pretty fast growing artist right now. He's really good. He makes like melodic dubstep and feature bass stuff, and like he has a Discord. So like I know you can find it somewhere online. And ooh, the cat.
I'm so sorry. She's a little crazy. I didn't expect her to do that.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so he has a Discord, and then people are so chill in it. Like you can ask people anything, and they'll help you out, or you can drop your songs and ask for feedback, and then they'll let you know what they think. Like they're really talented. All the people in that group. So yeah, if anyone wants feedback on their music and makes EDM or any type of music, just go ahead into Lockbox's Discord, and you'll definitely get feedback on your music there. Or if you just want to hang out, then they're a good group of people to hang out with.
That, that's one thing I really like about like the Quadio Discord too, is just that there are like so many people that you can get in touch with.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I've been trying to use it recently, but people are kind of dry on it. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but I think it's because it's too new. People are still kind of getting
like
used to
use
it or something. It's
yeah.
fairly new, so like I'd ask something, but I know there's a lot of people who are kind of just, I don't know, people who are just like new, might be shy, because I know the people from the, what is it, Fall Production Club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people went in there and like they respond and stuff. I know a lot of new faces I see in there, and they're kind of shy, but it's okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's just one of those things that everyone has to get used to first, and then
Yeah,
hopefully it'll make some really dope collabs though.
yeah. I think that the Quadio community in general is like super dope. Because I already met like two people, and I'm already working with them. It's kind of crazy. Like I was not really. I have never heard of Quadio, so I just signed up for it. I don't know. Like I had no expectation. I was like, I don't know how it's gonna be, or you know what I mean? But I got in and I was like, oh, this is really fun. It's a great way to meet people. So yeah, if anyone like is watching here, like you definitely check out Quadio. Like you'll definitely like find people to work with, or if you just want a community too, like they're great. So
Yeah, that's where a lot of like the other guests that I'm gonna have on here, that's where I've kind of met and got in touch with a lot of them was through like Quadio with their clubs and the Discord and things like that.
yeah, yeah. Like also like, yeah, you just don't be afraid to ask people questions. Like if you just want to get to know someone, just ask them like, hey, like how's your day going? Because I know like I don't know if do you know Will?
Brookhart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, so I don't know. Me and Will were just talking once, and like he saw my profile picture on like SoundCloud, and he was like, "Oh, is that a Juventus jersey?" And I was like, "Yeah, Juventus is like a soccer team." And I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, do you play FIFA?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, I play FIFA." So like, right there, like we started playing video games together because, he was not afraid to ask like questions about like I don't know anything. And then we just became friends from there. So now like I know I just texted him today. I'm looking for a vocalist, and he already texted me. He's like, "Oh, let me see who I got." So see, like things like that can definitely make a difference in like your community and like working with others. You can get a lot of like good connections and good friends that will last a long time like that. So definitely try doing that.
Because Will was one of my moderators for like the summer songwriting club.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like he has had such good energy. I was like, I like him.
Yeah. He's super chill. Like yeah, I think a good thing about him is that he's not afraid to like talk. You know, like he pretty much he just talks to anyone. He's not afraid or like he's not that shy. You know, he's really outgoing. I think he definitely makes people feel comfortable in the group. You know, he's really good at doing that stuff. So shout out Will.
Yeah. So if there's anything else like you just want to like talk about for a few minutes, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, I don't know. I think I said everything, but if there's anything else, then you can ask me. But yeah, I think anyone should definitely try that. You know, reaching out to people, uh, like asking people questions or just being friendly to others. I think that's definitely a good way to get things moving. You know, so don't be scared to ask people questions or say hi, things like that. I think people like that. You know, I think people like it when you like reach out to them and be like, hey. I make this music, or you know, I was just wanted to get to know you or something, you know, like because I think that's a great way to start to meet people. So
It
yeah,
also, I feel like it allows you to make like so many good like collaborations too.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You
So
know,
if anyone wants to like just make music with me or just have fun, you know, play video games, I'm a big Call of Duty person. I'm not that good, so I know if Austin, you're watching from Twisted Zoo, don't roast me because you know we're campers and we always die. So but it's all good. It's all for fun, you know. So we play for fun, not for anything else, you know. But yeah, so yeah, if anyone wants to reach out to me or whatever, feel free. I'm not that scary, so I'm a normal person.
yeah. Well, thank you for being a part of this. It like really means a lot to me, especially getting this started.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Jasmine, for having me. I appreciate it, and I thank you for your time and all the energy you have to put all this together. You know, it's really beneficial for a lot of like us small artists, and I know for you too, it's going to be a great new thing that you've started. So, congratulations on doing this, and I hope you keep it up. So, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Of course, yeah.